So I've been sick for the last couple of days, lying there in bed, unable to use my mind, and I thought to myself, hey, I always wanted to catch up on the Boruto manga. Can't imagine it'll take too much mind to do. It's only like 28 chapters. God damn, I actually liked it. And believe you me, I watched like the first 50 episodes of the anime, and quite frankly, I didn't. In case you're worried, you'll enjoy this video whether or not you've read the Boruto manga, because I'm touching on the themes it used rather than the details and spoilers within the comic. Now, the reasonings behind why I liked the manga but didn't like the anime, despite sometimes only being really minute things, make such a huge contrasting difference. And I may actually do an entire video on that. For example, one of the reasons why I didn't like Boruto is because I felt like it humiliated Naruto, having him get all bloodied up by this guy who could control flying kunai. Terrifying! Kunai are overpowered, need a nerf. I've watched Naruto. I know how dangerous kunai are. They always won every battle they took part in. While in Boruto, the manga, Naruto remains utter badass the entire time. It doesn't change his character almost at all, but it's the respect that the manga has for the past that the anime just does not, as one tiny detail that shrouds the entire manga in a different light, as well as many other details that I would like to point out in an eventual future video. But since the mind, though, is only working at half capacity, I figured I'd stick to my roots, do a video I'm comfortable doing, so I can be there for the fan base in this time of need with an OP analysis on Kashin Koji, a character that we know almost nothing about, so I don't expect this video to go too long, and I hope you don't expect this video to go too deep. But for approximately the last 6 chapters of the Boruto manga, and even if you didn't read it, you could still enjoy this video, this guy has been the most interesting thing for me. Because this video is how to hype an OP character, as well as an OP organization. And the method that the Boruto manga actually used to do so is something I believe I have never really seen anywhere. So with that said, let's jump into the meat and potatoes of why I'm fascinated by this guy. Almost every story, especially battle shonen power fantasy things, require an element of mystery. If there's no mystery behind the enemy or the secret power, it kind of puts everything on a far more even playing field that's just less interesting to finally see realized. And I don't even feel like it's necessary to point out examples because it's like this with freaking everything. If you know everything about the super secret upcoming opponent, not gonna be so super secret. You don't even need to look further than the Akatsuki and Naruto. Freaking brilliant anime organization. I love them. They had a heck of a dope era mystery about him. To the point that every time one mystery was solved, the new one reared its ugly head. Oh, Pain's the leader of the Akatsuki, right? Right. And by the time you figured out it was actually Toby, you didn't even know who Toby was behind the mask. Oh, he's Madara, that guy that died a while ago. What I'm trying to say is the air of mystery is amazing. So there's this secret organization in Boruto called Kara, which I like to call the not Akatsuki, because they're totally not the Akatsuki. Gathering vessels. Yeah, the Akatsuki totally wasn't gathering vessels, right? But the point is, Kara is a mystery, and it's obviously not the Akatsuki. It's the not Akatsuki. Brilliant! And one of the members in Kara is this Kashin Koji guy. Now, the interesting thing is, due to many of the actions this Kashin Koji guy was taken, there are many mysterious aspects about him that are not necessarily mysteries about Kara. And the interesting novel detail that the Boruto manga is taking is that it's developing 2 mysteries simultaneously. The mystery of Kashin Koji and the mystery of Kara. Granted, at the same time, they are intermingled with one another, but they are not necessarily contingent on one another. There are many courses of action that Kashin Koji seems to be taking that does not directly benefit the Kara organization and is more for personal interest. So we're already developing an anomaly in the Kara organization, which in itself is also an anomaly. And it's the how to hype this dual mystery that I find so fascinating about the Boruto manga. Yes, I'm actually praising it. So first, let's understand the mystery behind Kara. After Boruto beat Momoshiki single-handedly, it wasn't even Sasuke and Naruto's help. It was all Boruto. He got this interesting karma seal thing on his hand that, well, we know is gonna be important. And they met another kid, Kawaki, that also has this karma seal on his hand. For whatever reason, it makes these characters vessels, or at least that's how they're referred to by the Kara organization. Kara wants them, and that's that. To make things more interesting, when Kawaki actually sees Naruto go into full chakra mode, he's like, whoa, this guy might even be as powerful as Jigen, the leader of Kata. In other words, Jigen's freaking powerful, and we don't even know what he wants at all. Speaking of, we've only heard of this Kata organization through rumors and utterances. The only time any Leaf Ninja that we know of met a Kata guy was Kashin Koji, and that was only for a brief moment and without much dialogue going on between them. Now, to be honest, the mystery behind Kata is not all too enticing in comparison to other anime mysteries regarding other anime organizations. We know that they have some goal that we don't understand. We know they're going to be full of beast, awesome, hype-ass, badass dudes. With the words anime evil organization, all that much is already known, especially in regard to Team Rocket, easily hands down anime's most badass organization, with goals puny minds like ours can ever truly understand. For the most part, when they're introduced, we don't know what they want, and we don't know the limits of their power. Also, please note that the Phantom Troop from Hunter x Hunter are a bit of an exception to the rule because, well, it's Hunter x Hunter, and I will have to do an entire video on them and why they are so great, even though they seem to have no objective goal. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, the Kata organization has the mystery thing down pat, but it's not anything novel in any way in comparison to other anime and other organizations. In itself, this video would never be on Kata. Kata is too uninteresting at this point, being that we know so little, and it's not like, oh, Madara was hyped for like 500 chapters before he showed up. No, the moment we heard of Kata, all of a sudden, boom, Kata guys are freaking everywhere. This video is focused more on Kashin Koji because despite the fact that we know almost nothing about Kata, aside from the fact that they're gathering these vessel guys, Kashin Koji lets vessel guys get away because he's curious to see the outcome of the mission. And even past that, he bullschnizzles a little bit to Delta, another Kata member, saying, hey, why aren't you capturing them and stuff? And he's like, oh, it's all part of the plan to see what's going on and stuff. Which honestly, I personally thought he was lying straight out as to not need to deal with Kata breathing down his neck, but hey, I guess that's up to interpretation. Now this I find really funny, because he's the first real Kata member we're getting introduced to, and he's immediately an anomaly in the Kata system altogether. The first thing someone wants to do when introducing a new evil organization, at least for the most part, is introduce the little lackey members in the beginning to slowly integrate you into the mindset of the organization. Look at how we got to know the Akatsuki. Started off introducing us to Itachi and Kisame. At that point, all we knew about Itachi was he was freaking powerful, and Sasuke, for whatever reason, didn't like him. Now, we didn't realize the whole double agent shiz was going on at that point. So at that point, the Akatsuki guys are really strong. And then when we actually started taking them down in Shippuden, it introduced us in the beginning to the bottom rungs of the ladder. Sasori, Deidara, Kakuzu, Hidan. These were the little fish of the Akatsuki, let's be honest. Until the Akatsuki standard is introduced with these guys, we're not gonna get into the meat and potatoes of the inner workings and issues of the mind of the Akatsuki. Itachi's a double agent, Pain's goals and past, Tobi's a secret mastermind. All this stuff comes after we've established what the Akatsuki is. Now, Kashin Koji, and the first jutsu we see him use, is a summoning jutsu summoning toads. Where have we seen toads summoned before? Not only that, but as a melee jutsu, he uses a Rasengan. Rasengan? That's a familiar jutsu. He's about to jump into the Leaf Village to get Kawaki back for Kata, and he says to Delta, Delta, you can't enter the Leaf Village because, as we know, the Leaf Village Yamanaka clan has a special mind barrier thingo. So anyone that's not a Leaf Village dude that enters triggers the alarm and they all know you're there. So the Kara guys can't get in. Except me, and he proceeds to jump in. What? There's obviously more to this dude. Summon toads, Leaf Village guy, old dude, Rasengan, white hair, wears a mask, mysterious dude. Everything about this guy is screaming Jiraiya, okay? Not only that, but he's not fully integrated into Kata's system. At this point, we're more curious about Koji as an individual than even Kata altogether. And that is what's so damn weird and so damn cool. I want to know more about how he fits into Kata than what Kata is itself. It's a totally different approach of hyping anything, and it works so damn well. Now, I'm not saying, oh, Kashin Koji is Jiraiya, confirmed. If you look at his eyes, it's not an Edo Tensei. Maybe when Pain brought all the Leaf Village guys back to life, he also brought Jiraiya back, which leads you to way more questions, like where was he during the war? Why did he decide to join Kata altogether? I don't know, but it's the I don't know that makes it so much cooler. And not just cooler as far as figuring out who Koji is, yes, that too. But if this guy has ties connected to Jiraiya, there's obviously a reason
reason why he thinks it's worthwhile joining Kara, which in turn makes Kara more interesting too.
And if this guy was one of the 3 legendary Sannin, or at least related to him in some shape or form, you don't think this Jigen guy, leader of Kara, is gonna be like, yeah, I don't think I want you joining a super secret evil organization planning on world domination or whatever it wants to do.
The fact that there's so much more to Koji makes Kara more interesting, even though Kara, surface level without Koji, is the most bland evil organization ever. That is how to simultaneously hype an OP character and an OP organization. I just felt like I really wanted to share my thoughts on this. I just read the whole Boruto manga, and this is the standout, most interesting point for me, 100%. I'm not the hugest fan of the manga. I don't think it's even in the same league as Naruto was. But yes, it was an enjoyable read. And with that, beauties and gentle beauties, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Feel free to leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you want more anime content, be it in-depth analysis or satire. I'm so happy I'm feeling better. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads recently, but hopefully that will normalize soon. Recording this took over an hour because my voice did not want to cooperate, but I made it, fam! If you'd like to follow me on Twitter, link in the description. It would be great to see you there. Link in the description to my merch and to my Patreon. All patrons are invited to the Discord server. And speaking of Patreon, I especially wanted to thank King Beat My Meat, Sage of Snake, Pop-Up Grumpy Welshman, Lazy Ronan, Girthy Worm, Jim, Allison Stricker, JD Fincher, E Laser, Sash, Ethan Price, Frisky Dingo, Soy Boy Theories, MDQ, Praise Lord of the Girugameshu, Billy Thompson, Mitochondria, Salve Says, Gremlin, Sergeant Malarkey, Alan Weebus, Professor Death Scythe, Divine Reigns, Miku, and TM Philly. I also wanted to thank the Lord Tweegerang, Anthony Booth, Steelers, Cream My Pancake, Rari, Necro, Zindergarden, Cortland Ewing, Zombie Misha, and Kyle the Warrior. And of course, also thanks to the God Usopp Rank, Tyler Schumacher, Dark Element, M. Hartman, Sonny Parks, James Patterson, and Maurice Luis Dreyfus. Thank you all so much for pledging. Thank you all so much for watching until this point. I understand this is my first relatively positive Boruto video, and I don't know how many more I'll be doing, but if something does something right, I'm not ashamed to say it. Well, neither should you. Like the fairy tale video I'm working on. Yeah. I'm covering all these anime and manga that everyone deems as bad that I personally like. I'm sorry, I just do what I like here. That's the trick to avoid YouTuber burnout that everyone's talking about. Just have fun with it, and I think you guys appreciate it more too. Not forcing positive opinions on the popular stuff. I'm just being me, and you should all be you. So remember, just stay weird, fam.